everyone. If you're like me, you're always trying to think about what side dishes to cook with proteins, such as chicken, hamburgers, fish. It's good to have some side dishes on hand that you can just pull out that go with just about every kind of meat protein there is. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look through the pantry also and see what we can use up because Mama's getting ready to go shopping. Since it's time for us to do a restock, I'll be checking the cupboards and the refrigerator to see what we need. But I'm going to go through and see what we already have and use it up before it goes bad. And then the cupboards, they're pretty full of canned goods. So I don't think we're going to need a whole lot, but we're going to check those also. And one cupboard looks kind of bare, more than one. So there's certain items that we need to order from Walmart that Ollie doesn't have.
Or we have plenty of chicken. We know that. I just made that yesterday. So that's our main protein right now. It's where I need side dishes for this chicken. Hot side dishes and cold side dishes. Okay, what's back here?
Cabbage. Let's see if it's still good. Smells just fine. We may use it all for coleslaw. I may use some of it for some other dish.
So I'm just looking through here. Those are beets. These are side dishes, but are like, what's in these? Peaches. I think I got some fruit. I just got to keep track of what I have. I used to label it. I haven't had time to label it.
This noodle dish needs to be eaten today for lunch.
Ah, green bean salad. Oh no, forgot about it.
I plated some for my husband. He said he'll eat a little bit. He doesn't like it as well as I do. I just love it. But there's been so many other foods I've been eating. So I'll finish that off for lunch today. That's a good protein, actually. Let's look in the freezer and see what we have. Look, I have Brussels sprouts. That's good to know. They'll last a long time frozen. I've got some kind of chicken here, which we just mixed chicken. Oh, orange chicken. It comes with the sauce. It's really good. We'll have that another time. Tater tots. We've got half a bag. So I'm not buying tater tots this time.
I'm mainly looking for proteins. We still have fish left.
What's this? Shrimp. Yay. Okay. And here's something I didn't label. This is why you should always label everything. This is a tuna noodle casserole. Okay, my husband just had that, so he's not going to want that anytime soon. Shepherd's pie, $3.17. That's good. This is an Italian dish that I'm going to put down because it's been in the freezer for a while. I was extremely busy and I didn't label this. That's going to go down for later in the week. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the cold room, I call it, the back room where we store produce. Let's see here. Yeah, we've got 2 sweet potatoes and they're still good. And we've got our potatoes. So I need those. These apples, one of them rotted. I noticed was rotted yesterday, and this one's starting to go bad. We've got to use these apples up. So I'll have to make either a dessert or some kind of salad with those apples. Here's what we have so far to cook with. My husband, as far as potatoes, he wants potato salad, and he wants me to make quite a bit. So we haven't had it in a while. So I'm going to have to use all of these. Oh, wait a minute. There's a big potato. I might be able to make one hot potato dish. And then the apples, of course, I'm probably going to make apple crisp. And of course, I'm making coleslaw, and I'll save some cabbage to go with another dish. See, we have plenty of canned goods, but there's some that we might be running a little low on. I'll have to check through these. Most of these canned goods, they come from Walmart because I get either the better deals or specialty items like artichoke hearts. And I really want to use these artichokes. Ooh, I have an idea for these. Let's see what else we have here. And I'll probably be using that because chicken and rice is great. But I need noodles. That's going to have to be on the list. Okay, we got plenty of beans. I need to cook some beans. We want to get a ham hock. My husband will cook it, actually. Great Northern beans. A crock pot with a ham hock, he said. Oh, there it is. This pumpkin, I never did use it during the holidays because I had pumpkins from the garden I was still using. Great. I have an idea for that. All right then. I want to make a stuffing. My husband doesn't have that much bread left, and he wants his bread for his sandwiches. So I did see online where you can use crackers to make stuffing. So I think I'm going to give that a try. So today, the only tutorial I'm going to do is the Ritz crackers stuffing, because that is something very unique that most of us have never prepared. But the other foods that I'll be preparing, I'll just show you fast footage of everything.
At the end of this video, we'll put the roast chicken on the table in the center and the side dishes around
I'll
it.
show you everything that I prepared.
Now, without further ado, let the cooking begin.
For starters, I'm cooking the chicken broth, some chicken broth that gelled overnight from the roasted chicken I cooked. So I'm going to use this in the Ritz crackers stuffing. This does have some chicken fat in it, so I'm not going to make the recipe exactly the way it's supposed to be. Instead of cooking the onion with butter, I'm just going to add the onion to the broth and let the onion cook a little bit this way. So I have my dry ingredients. I'm going to mix into a bowl. The Ritz crackers, I'm only making half a recipe. This would call for an entire box of crackers. These are not Ritz, by the way. It's a cheaper brand. This calls for nuts. There's some unusual ingredients to this. It also called for broccoli. I didn't have broccoli. I'm going to use spinach, but I'm going to put my seasoning in first. I didn't have fresh parsley, so I'm using dried parsley. And in place of poultry seasoning, I'm using dried chicken bouillon. Okay, and I will not be adding any additional salt because that does have salt. Everything mixed together pretty well. I'm going to add my broth with the onion. We're going to need more liquid. Just going to add a little additional water. Okay. I looked at the recipe very closely. You also add egg. Actually, it's only half of a beaten egg. So you just mix all that together before you put it in your baking dish.
I sprayed my baking dish. Now I'm going to add my stuffing mix.
I've got the oven at 325 and I'm going to bake this for about 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm cooking some greens in a pan. I'm going to try to keep this vegan. I sauteed some onions, so I'm going to give this a stir and add some minced garlic, salt, pepper, and a little lemon juice. Okay, the Ritz crackers stuffing is done. This is what it looks like. Go ahead and try the Ritz cracker stuffing. It's very rich. It was good for a replacement for breadcrumbs, but I'd rather get a loaf of gluten-free bread and make breadcrumbs, or just use the stuffing mix from Aldi or Walmart. This was extravagant with the crackers. You can buy cheap crackers at Aldi, and that's what I did, but I still feel like it's extravagant. And it is on the rich side, but I like it. Yeah.
This is not the healthiest choice and should be eaten in moderation. This Asian dish with the cabbage and the greens reminds me of a dish I had at a Chinese restaurant years ago. It's really good and healthy, should be good with chicken and rice.
I'm just draining the liquid out of the artichokes. There's quite a bit of liquid there. So, and they're grilled with olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Here I'm turning over the artichokes to bake on the other side. I'm brushing with olive oil and sprinkling with salt and pepper.
Artichokes are ready. This will be an appetizer for dinner tonight. Hello folks, I'm up bright and early ready to start on the pumpkin bars. It's one of my favorite desserts and I'll eat it for breakfast also.
So from here on, there will be very little talking and lots of cooking because I've got other side dishes to make. While the potatoes are cooking, I'm putting my coleslaw together by shredding the carrots. The cabbage is already shredded, and I've got shredded onion, and I'm just going to add all of these ingredients and mix them together. The pumpkin bars are done. The coleslaw is prepared, but the potatoes are still cooking. Now my potatoes are cooked and drained. I'm going to add everything to make my potato salad. I got pickle and onion. Celery goes great in this, but I ran out. Next time I'll be sure to have that. It's going to be on the next grocery list, which is coming up. Today I'm going to make a grocery list. Okay, mix that together a little bit. And then we're going to add, I like a little pickle juice too. There we go. Let's just mix everything together. Get her done. Potato salad is done. It looks beautiful with that paprika. Now we're going to work on the baked beans. Easy. You just put everything together, and you can microwave your baked beans. So that's a prep ahead. That's a prep ahead thing. Let's get some more ketchup on this. There we go. That's more like it. You can use bacon or ham in your baked beans too. If I was having people over, I would fix 2 to 3 times more than this, and I would definitely put it in the oven. My husband requested I make gravy to go with the chicken meal. He loves gravy over chicken and stuffing. Before the end of the week, I'm sure to make some mashed potatoes when I get some more potatoes from the store. In the next video, the next cooking video that I do, I plan on making a small apple pie and a chicken potato casserole. Let's just make this gravy now and put this meal together on the table. One last dish. I decided to use up the peaches from the refrigerator. These were canned peaches. I'm going to add some grapes that are getting old. I washed them thoroughly. And I've got a few blackberries I'm going to put, because you like to have at least 3 fruits when you make a fruit salad. I'm going to go ahead and just cut my grapes in half. Here's all the food I put together. So we have our main protein, that's roasted chicken. We can eat this hot or cold. And we have our hot dishes. We have gravy, chicken fried rice, stuffing, and an appetizer, artichokes. Just a little gourmet, something gourmet there. Not everyone likes them, but it's a good vegetable, good healthy vegetable. Let's see here. We have our cold sides that can go with the chicken also. Potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans. And then we have fruit salad for dessert and pumpkin bars, which is very similar to a pumpkin cake. Now, my husband loves barbecue sauce with his chicken. And when he prepares it that way, he'll probably eat baked beans, coleslaw, potato salad. And if he eats it as a hot dish, he'll use the gravy on the stuffing and the chicken. So you can use any protein for this meal. And if you're having a get-together, you can add little smokies or cook some hamburgers on the grill. Well, folks, we're finally done. And I've used quite a bit of items from the pantry and some food in the refrigerator that was going bad, like the grapes. They were really starting to turn. And the peaches needed to be eaten up too because they had been in the refrigerator for quite a while. I'm going to cut a piece of this these pumpkin bars. This is my breakfast. And I'll let you know how it tastes. And I'm going to type out the whole recipe for you. This recipe I've had for years. I don't know where it came from, possibly a magazine. It was in a cooking book that someone had left here at Danny's house years ago. I mean, it's probably, the recipe could be 20 or 30 years old. Who knows? I'll show you a copy of the recipe. I think I have it right here. If you know where this came from, let me know, okay? Because I don't have any idea. These pumpkin bars are amazing. And you can use a jelly roll pan, and that would be more like bars. But I make it similar to a cake. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try a piece. Here it is. It tastes very similar to spice cake, but it's got pumpkin in it, and that's good for you. You can also put walnuts in this. This is nice and moist. This is more like a cake, but kind of in between a cake and a bar. So I will type this recipe out for you. Like I said, I want to give credit where credit's due if you know where this came from. Thank you for watching today as I cooked up side dishes to go along with the roasted chicken. And you can use the same side dishes to go with hamburgers, fish, and so many other meat proteins. It was healthy. What I cooked today was healthy and homemade and delicious. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.